Hello and welcome to my channel. Every so often I'll find a pattern that I really want to try, and this one really stood out to me. I loved all the colors. So I just started buying all the different colors that I could find. In the book they use pastels. I used a little bit more brighter colors. I start out with a slip knot, just like this. Once I get that done, I am going to chain 8. And this video that I'm showing you here, the Crochet Basics, Michael on Crochet Crowd does a wonderful job of showing you how to hold the yarn. I learned at a very young age, and I am stuck doing it this way because I can't retrain myself. So anyway, you want to double crochet right there. You want a total of 6 double crochets, and that is the base for what you will be doing. You'll need 103 rows if you want to make it the size I made mine. I followed the pattern exact, so mine is 45 inches by 60 inches. And it is a really nice size to cover up with on the couch or take it along with you. The pattern recommends that you mark your very first row so you know the front side and the back side. Later in this video I will show you what I use to do that. However, I don't do that with this one because I can tell the difference between the front and the back, and I also can tell where I started. So I just turned it. Every time you chain 3 when you start a new row, that counts as 1 double crochet. And just continue till you get 103 rows. And now as I come to the 103rd row, I am going to cut it and get ready to do the second step. And here I just want to show what the markers look like that you can buy on Amazon or wherever you buy your supplies. Since I didn't mark mine, I always make sure my tail is right there. You can kind of tell how it curls up. That always tells me that it's the front and that's the back, and it does look different on the back, so you can kind of tell just by looking at it if you forget to put a marker on. So I take my white and I'll do my slip stitch and get ready to start. Now I do something a little different. I don't know if others do this, but when I first start a double, I'm supposed to have put 3 double crochets here. I am going to put 2, but when I come back around, I'll add the 3rd one in. I feel like the first one always looks a little wonky, and this hides it. Once I get that done, I am going to go into my treble stitch. Don't be afraid of the treble. It's super easy to do. You just wrap around 2 times around your hook, just like that, and then you're going to count down 3 double crochets and go right behind it, just like that. You're going to wrap, and you can see it right there. Wrap the thread around the yarn, pull it through, then you're going to pull through 2, 2, and then another 2, and that is all there is to it. And then move on. The next one will be 3 double crochets, and you want to do that all the way down to the end. And I need to add that you are doing it to each row. I just love how this is turning out. I love white on a border on a quilt or on an Afghan. It just makes it so pretty. And then I'm going to go all the way down to this very last one, and that'll end up being a double, or yeah, 3 double crochets in the end. I'm going to speed this up a little faster. And the pattern calls for skipping 2, adding 4 treble crochet here. And then the very next stitch, you're going to want to do another 4 treble, and then go to the corner and start your 3 double crochet and work your way down, all the way down to the other end. I just love the way the end looks when you do this. I have another pattern that I'd love to show you eventually that does something similar. Now we're going to repeat exactly what we did on the other side, and I love how the trebles come together like that, making a line. It just makes it really stand out on the Afghan. And now I'll add my other double crochet in there to equal 3, and then I'll end it with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. I like to put both sides together just to kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like once I start adding everything. You could do the same color all the way across. That's what's so fun about it. I also want to show you these needles that I'm going to use to, well, here are there's a little packet that I have, and then this, I love these needles. I don't love the plastic. They have plastic also. The bigger one is much better. I can leave a link to everything that I'm using today in the description box below. The big needles just really help to put the ending thread throughout the Afghan so you'll never find it. I like to go back and forth several times. I just like to make sure that's never going to come out. And if it does come out a little bit, you are safe to cut it because it is twisted in there so many times that it will never come undone. After I had them all made, I decided to lay them out on my table and just kind of get an idea what they looked like. Did I like how they went together? And this is the time you definitely want to decide how you like the arrangement. And then after playing with it for a minute, I decided this is definitely how I want to do it. And I'm going to get ready to start hooking them together. Here, you just want to make sure you cut a piece of yarn that is longer than the strip. And I made sure to go extra long. That way you definitely won't run out. You do not want to run out. If you did run out, you'd have to splice it and do all that. Nobody wants to do that. And then I'm just going to line them up just like that. And you want to check it occasionally to make sure you're still lined up. I'm going to start by, what I am doing here is I'm just going through the back loops of each strip. But first I'm going to tie a knot. And you just want to go through all of the back loops all the way down the entire strip. I will show a couple and then I'm going to speed it up. And then you're just going to make sure you look at it. Right now you could still change it, so this would be a good time to do that. I always like to lay the other side next to it to kind of just get an idea what it's going to look like with all the rows together. I'm not sure if it helps, but when I cut it, I like to shred the end. I feel like that is going to get tangled and not come out like that. It may not help, but I feel like it does. This was a lot of fun to make. I hope you'll give it a try. And at the end of this video, I'm going to put up 2 of my other videos if you'd like to click on them. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll hit the like button and consider subscribing. And I want to thank you so much for watching.